Hi, welcome to Jen's Gym Candelo. I have a full body workout for you today. I have 7 exercises. You won't need any weights. You might need something like a ball, a soft dish ball or something that you can squeeze with your knees. A foam roller. If you have a foam roller, that could be good today as well. And we'll also need either a band or a tea towel, one or the other. So, let's get started. We're going to start off with an exercise for our bum and hamstrings first. So, I'm going to use the foam roller, but I will show you first how to do this exercise without the roller. So, if you lay down on your back with your legs almost straight, palms down, toes pointing up to the ceiling, feet hip width apart, we're going to engage the core, squeeze the glutes, and then we're going to push your hips up off the ground. Doesn't have to be very high. Hold it for a good second and then back down again. Brace, lift, make sure you keep on breathing and lower. Okay, that's called a hamstring bridge. You can do the same thing with your ankles, the back of your ankles, resting on a foam roller. So if you rest back, again, palms down, engage your core, squeeze your glutes, toes pointing up to the ceiling, then lift your hips and back down again. So this is a little bit more advanced because now your feet are slightly elevated. And the next step, if you want to really challenge yourself, is to roll the foam roller until you've got the soles of your feet on the roller, pushing your hips up at the same time. So we're going from a hamstring bridge and then pushing into a glute bridge. So all the while engaging your core. Okay, that's hamstring bridges. The next exercise is a knee squeeze. So for this one, we're targeting the muscles in our inner thigh. They're called the adductor muscles. So we're going to put the feet at hip width apart and place something soft, a thick cushion or a soft ball in between your knees. And then we're going to mindfully squeeze those knees together. So we're really engaging all these muscles on the inner thigh. You've got someone in the house that can come along and try and punch that thing out from between your knees to make sure that you are driving those knees together and squeezing and crushing that thing between your knees. You want to do a few sets of these, maybe 3 or 4 sets, and squeeze it for 10 to 15 seconds, or 15 to 20 seconds, or 20 to 30 seconds. So whatever your skill level is and your fitness level is. Okay, that's a seated knee squeeze. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is RDLs, or Romanian Deadlifts, with an upright row. So this is where you'll need a band or a tea towel. You need to start with your arms at shoulder width apart and have your feet a little wider than hip width apart with your toes slightly pointed out. We're going to start with our hands down and we're going to push our bum out behind us and reach down to just below your knees. So from the side, we've got a nice neutral back. And then as we come up, we're pulling that band apart and lifting our elbows as high as we can and pulling that band apart. The critical thing with this one is to try and keep your shoulders down and back while you're doing it. You don't want your shoulders rising up. You want those shoulder blades down in your back pocket. So again, from the side, pushing your bum out, keeping that neutral back position, keeping your head in a neutral position, and then upright row. You can do this with straight legs if you're not able to load your knees, or you can soften your knees a little bit. Whichever way you do it, as you hinge, you need your shin to be upright. You don't want your knees to be moving out over your toes. So when I'm doing it, you can see that my knees are hardly moving at all. All of the action is in my hips moving out behind me. Okay? That's RDLs with an upright row. Next thing is tricep push ups. So there's a few different ways you can do these at home. You either can do them on a wall or a pole, or you can do them at a bench or a coffee table or a floor. So The lower down you go to the floor, the more difficult they're going to be. So we'll start with the easy version. So if you can find a wall or a pole, you want your feet to be about 70 centimetres from whatever you're pushing against, up on your toes, and then we're going to keep our elbows down and lower our chest to the pole or the wall. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can move your feet out a little bit. Okay, the same version can be done at bench height, keeping your hands close together. So the whole point of a tricep push-up is that we're targeting the muscles on the backs of your arms for this one. And you need to have your hands close together. So put them close together and just very slightly turn your palms out. So we start with our feet hip-width apart, squeezing your glutes, engaging your core, and then lowering. So you need to pick your height. You know, a kitchen bench might be good for you if the wall is too easy, or the side of your couch arm, or if you want a real challenge, you can go down on the ground. Keeping your elbows nice and tight by your side and squeezing your glutes so that you're not breaking through the hips when you're doing them. Okay, moving along to a towel pull down. So this is an exercise targeting our back muscles. So again, you're going to need a tea towel or a folded over band. And we're going to start lying down on your stomach, arms out over your head, keeping your head in a neutral position and not lifting your chest. We're going to put some tension on the band or the tea towel and then draw your hands down onto your chin, pulling your shoulders down and squeezing your shoulder blades together and putting tension on that band. And we're going to go up and down. Mindfully keeping your shoulders down and squeezing your shoulder blades together. Your chest does not come off the ground. We don't want any lower back action in this. This is all about your thoracic back. Okay? That's towel pull downs. And the next two exercises can be done as a circuit. You want to get your heart rate up and then work on a little bit of strengthening for your thoracic back again, then you can do these alternately. You might do 3 rounds or 4 rounds of them. The first exercise is a static windmill. So you have your feet a bit wider than hip width apart, arms up overhead, and then we're going to twist. And the easy version is to tap your knees, arms back up over your head. So always arms back up over your head. If knees is too easy, you can go down to your shins. And if that's too easy, you can go down to your toes. You can do this with straight legs. You need to do a nice warm-up for your hamstrings. You can do it with straight legs, or you can do a slightly bent leg version. So we're getting a little bit of a squat going as well. All the while keeping your back in a neutral position. Okay, and the more advanced version, to get your heart rate up a little bit more, arms up, step. So I'm keeping that arm up the whole time, and I'm going down into a little bit of a side lunge to touch my toes. Again, you can reduce the range and just go to your shin, but that other arm needs to stay up over your head. Okay, that's windmills, and then reverse snow angels. So again, down on your stomach, chest on the floor, arms up over your head, keeping your head in a neutral position. We're going to lift your hands, straight arms, and we're going to arc them down until they touch your legs, and then back up again. That's 1 rep. Chest stays on the floor, shoulders going down and back, and squeezing those shoulder blades together as you lower your arms. Okay, and that's it. Good luck. Hope you enjoy my workout.